Okay, and welcome everybody to the next installment of the SRTJovita show. Today, our special guest is Raymond Kohn.
That's it.
Did I say that right? Lead stunt driver
Beware the
for
wrath of Kohn.
yes, lead stunt driver for Stunt Life and the star of the motion picture Stunt Life. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Oh, thank you. No, honestly, it's an honor to have you. I just watched the movie yesterday. Oh my God, it was amazing.
Yeah,
It
how
was like
lucky are
a
you? You
real
got to.
movie.
Yeah, how lucky are you? You got to see it before anybody else did.
I
So,
know. I feel so special. I didn't know what I was allowed to say, so I told everybody to go to the Skyway Drive-In on Saturday in Ohio.
yep, Warren, Ohio.
Yeah, and what time is the premiere?
Uh, the event starts at 5 p.m. and the movie starts around 8 o'clock. It's
Cool. So are
starting to
you
get
guys
darker
gonna
here a little earlier, so 8 o'clock the movie's gonna roll.
are you gonna have
And
some cars on display?
yeah, we'll have a lot of TV show and movie cars uh, from the 70s and 80s um, and 90s. Also, we have like a mentor to me, like one of the guys that I idolize, Corey Eubanks,
Okay.
Hollywood stuntman. Corey Eubanks. He got his stunt career started on the Dukes of Hazzard. He was Sylvester Stallone's uh, stunt double. He did all the stunts for the movie Cobra,
Oh well.
Transformers, Fast and Furious movies, and a ton of other movies. I'd be here all night telling you every movie that even Pee Wee Herman. You know,
Oh
he
no
was
way.
in the Pee Wee's Big Adventure. He was even in that. But he's going to come out and he's going to meet the fans and sign autographs and stuff like that. He actually got to see the movie as well, and he called me the next morning, and he was pretty excited about that. I was I was loving it. Hearing Corey say, Raymond, this movie was really, really good. No, I mean it. It was really, really good, and it needs to be shown in theaters around the country. And that
I
was,
agree.
yeah. So tell me what you thought about the movie.
Okay, so when I first watched it, I didn't know what I was what I was expecting. I didn't think it was gonna be an actual movie with a storyline. So I was actually quite like pleasantly surprised that there was an actual storyline. So we got to meet your family and your team and everybody in it. And then it was like the whole story through COVID. I thought that was really cool. I almost shed a tear when you had to sell the General Lee. And then like, oh my God, the nightmares and like the whole ambulance thing. I was like, oh my God, how did his wife and daughter do that scene? Like that was been horrible. But it was so real, and it felt like I was there with you guys throughout like the at the Montparnasse, and like when Tyler got hurt and everything. Like it was really good. Like I
That's
think I agree with Corey, it needs to be shown everywhere, because I mean, obviously, I'm a huge Mopar fan, and I have a lot of people that I know that would love to see that.
wow. Well, thank you. That is such a nice thing to hear. We actually took world events that were happening, and well, it sort of really happened like that. You know,
Hmm.
when we when the producer and director AJ Satterfield came up with this idea, um, we really didn't have to write much of a script because it happened right out in front of us. And just imagine being on top of the world. You're booked for 3 jumps, and next thing you know, a virus comes in, shuts the whole country down, and everything gets canceled. Next thing you know, all of the bills start adding up. Man of the house, I'm the leader of the family, of the
Yeah.
crew. The pressure is all on me. That a lot of that was real. Some of that
Hmm.
wasn't acting. You know. Now when
Hmm. Hmm.
when Tina wanted me to sell the General Lee and stuff like that. She knows better than that, you know.
Yeah.
but but yeah, we just we went with it, and uh, I think the music was great. The camera angles were sick. Uh,
Mhm,
AJ's his ideas for coming up with new camera angles that hasn't been seen in Hollywood. Uh,
mhm,
I mean, AJ, he is great. Our assistant producer, Mike Kolovich, them working together, they come up with some really great ideas. And just the whole team, my whole family, and everybody was really excited to do it, And
mhm,
like I said, we didn't have to fake a lot because as the cameras were rolling, things were actually happening. So I
mhm.
mean, we were filming, and then all of a sudden, boom, we had to come to a complete stop.
Yeah, and you know what? Another one of my favorite parts was after the movie, you guys showed how the shots were taken. I thought that was really interesting because I have a whole bunch of Mopars as well, and we're always taking pictures and video. And I thought it was really cool how they showed how when you're doing the burnout in like the barn warehouse,
Yeah,
he's like
yeah.
showing how he's taking the video. I thought that was really cool.
You can tell that he got really, really close. He
Oh,
was
for sure.
that close from getting wiped out.
No,
Yeah,
that was awesome.
he's pretty brave, AJ. He'll do anything to catch that clip.
Hmm. We have some comments here. Vicky Wiseman said that she's so excited to go to the premiere and she's bringing her friends to go see the show. I also have to say hi to Colton. Hi, Colton. And Tyler says B-roll is always cool to see, especially when it's behind the scenes, which is cool. And yeah, there's so many amazing moments in the movie. Obviously, you're leading up to the Mopar Nationals jump. But what I didn't know was that you were at the Detroit Auto Show in 2017. And I know that Dodge is always doing these crazy things. Like I think they did one where they had like a whole bunch of Longhorns or something in the street, and then there was like the new Ram that came out, and then there was like one where they put Jeep through glass, and then obviously they had you do the jump, and you actually ended up beating your like it was 130 feet or something, and you ended up doing 151
Right,
at the
right.
Mopar National. So I thought
Mhm.
like, wow, that is amazing. So people knew, I mean, obviously people have known about you for a while, but those are like two really iconic moments that, you could say that you did that. You were
Yeah,
there
to
and
to
you
jump a Mopar just a couple blocks away from the big General Motors building.
mhm,
I was
mhm.
like, ha, try to top that, you guys.
I actually also loved the part where because you're always wearing that wannabe shirt
Yeah,
and you're
yeah,
like, you know what? I am no longer a wannabe. I did
yeah.
it.
That that whole wannabe thing, we sort of got called that by somebody who is tied to the Dukes of Hazard, that we were just a bunch of wannabes. And
Really? As a joke or serious?
that's a serious thing.
Oh, okay, okay. That's
And
funny.
I was like, yeah, you're right. I'm a
Mhm.
wannabe. And I was that little kid playing in the dirt with my toy General Lee with my cousins. you
Yep.
know, I'm
Big
sure
one.
you wanted to, yes, that right there, that
Yeah.
right there. So, yeah, we're all a bunch of wannabes because I'm sure that you wanted to be like Daisy. You had brothers and sisters or cousins probably wanted to be like Bo and Luke. And I mean, that's what we did,
Yeah.
and Corey and Alan and Ted Barber and Russell Solberg, all of those guys that made those cars fly through the air, that crashed them, that risked their lives and their well-being. I mean, they made such a huge impression on me. I never thought in a million years that I would be doing the jumps and stuff like that. But if I could honor them by jumping the Generally and doing it professionally and safely, then I think I'm doing a part to keep the TV show alive. And not only the Dukes of Hazard, we're talking about Smokey and the Bandit, all of those iconic movies and TV shows that we grew up with that we love because, you know, they're sort of disappearing. So we're just trying to do our small part. We're not trying to say we're better than anybody or anything like that. We're just trying to keep it going. My the sun will set on my time too. We can only
Mm-hmm.
do this,
Mm-hmm.
for so long before our bodies get old and whatnot. But I still got a good 15 years in me, and but that this is how we honor the original stunt people that did the Dukes of Hazard.
Yeah, and the TV show and everything that it was about, like the culture, like you're bringing it back for everybody that grew up with it. I mean, even I didn't grow up watching it. I watched it later on, but I got to meet Catherine Bach and Tom Wopat, and I don't know if you saw that interview, but
I
Tom
did.
actually sang. Yeah, he actually sang the theme song on stage, and I was like in tears almost because it's like it was just so amazing. And then seeing what you did with the jump, and how you guys actually like play it out on the track, it's just so cool. Like it's you're doing a big thing for Mopar fans and TV and retro entertainment type of thing.
Yeah, and we do get some hate mail, because people think we're destroying these cars and stuff. But the cars that we're jumping today, they're Crown Victorias or Mercury Grand Marquis and whatnot. But the majority of the people of the fans, they love what we do. We have their full support. Getting blamed for some guy over in a different state, who lives in his mom's basement, we're being blamed for him not having a General Lee because we jumped them all. I mean, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Uh, I was recently diagnosed with a brain tumor like about 6 months ago. And
Oh.
in June, I had brain surgery. They went up through my nose, drilled a hole in my skull, and took it out safely.
Oh
And
wow.
Daisy Duke, Catherine,
Hmm.
when she found out about it, now I didn't like start texting people, what's going on and
Right.
stuff. But
Right.
somehow she heard about it and she sent me a text message and she said, Raymond, are you okay? What's going on and whatnot? And I said, yes, I'm okay. And I explained, everything to her and whatnot. We actually live in the town where she was born. Her house is about 10 minutes away from here.
Oh, no
That she
way.
was
Cool.
born at, yeah. But I have a really good relationship with the cast members and whatnot. I've been very fortunate and very honored to be a part of the Dukes of Hazard history and Smokey and the Bandit, and we're headed for the Fall Guy truck jump
Oh
for the first
wow.
time.
Oh, that's gonna
Yeah,
be so cool.
Mikey, Mikey, you've seen him in the movie. Mikey, we're planning on him jumping the Fall Guy truck, and then we got the the Knight Rider jump kit. We're
Oh,
going to
no
be
way.
jumping kit as
And
well. So we're
Kit
going
was in
to.
the movie, yeah.
So that's how actually we've always been the Northeast Ohio Dukes, and we will always be the Northeast Ohio Dukes. But now we're starting to go out a little further into different other movies and TV shows. So that's how we came up with Stunt Life. We were all
Hmm.
sitting in a hotel one day trying to figure out what are we going to call ourselves outside of the Northeast Ohio Dukes. And Jimmy
Right.
Monroe was like, "Hey, how about Stunt Life?" And it just, it stuck, and we bought it, we own it, and we named the movie that. And so I think that's a perfect name for what we do.
Oh, that's amazing. I might be coming out to. Are you guys in Columbus?
We are in Warren, Ohio, Champion,
Okay.
Ohio,
Okay.
um, but Hebron, Ohio, where the Mopar Nats are. We're supposed to be jumping again next year. It's always good to do a jump, wait a couple years, and then go back. You don't want to tire it out. You don't want to,
Yeah.
the same old thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in light of what happened to Moparty in fact, this weekend, the the owner of the Mopar Nationals definitely wants to do the jump next year.
Oh,
So
awesome. I'm gonna have to try to be there. There is a Hot Wheels show actually in Columbus that I might be attending next year. I'm going to the one in LA next month. But if that is anywhere close to you guys, I would love to come and visit and see the cars
yeah,
and see what
we're
you guys
only
do.
about 3 hours away from Columbus, so you're not too far.
Okay. Okay, awesome. Um, yeah, it's just that what you do is so amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about what it does to your body? Taking all of those, hits and
Yeah, yeah. So first off, the stunts had nothing to do with the tumor that I got. I had nothing.
mhm,
When
mhm.
people find out that I had got a brain tumor, the first thing they ask, is it from the jumps? Is it from the jumps? Are you gonna
Right,
have to quit? You know?
right.
And I was like, no, it's not. It has nothing to do, with the stunts. In fact, I had asked. That was the first thing that I asked the surgeon.
I'll be
Is
right back. Sorry.
okay.
Yeah, keep going, keep going.
Okay. So the first thing that I asked the surgeon
Hi.
um,
Sorry, I'm
was
just doing a live show. Oh, sorry.
somebody's doing what?
Sorry, someone came to the door.
All right, it happens. It happens here. It happens
Yeah.
here.
So
So the
yeah, you
first
were
thing that
saying
I
this.
asked the surgeon was, I said, after the operation, can I still jump the general Lee? He was like, absolutely. You can go back, living your life, just as you lived it before. So I was pretty excited. But you never get over the fear. I'll be, you know, honest with you. It's
Mhm.
very scary to put your life on the line for uh, people's entertainment and whatnot. But we have learned throughout the years that we use fear as a safety tool, because when you're scared, you're going to make sure that your belts are buckled and they're tight, and your jump vest is adjusted right. You're 6 inches off of the seat. You got all of your flame retardant gear on and whatnot. So fear keeps you safe. Now, trust me, I've even talked about this stuff with Corey Eubanks, and you got the guys that say, "Well, let me in the car. I'll do it. I'll show you how to do it." And I'm like, you don't have what it takes. It's the guys who say, "I'm not afraid," who make terrible, terrible stunt
Mhm.
guys, and they end up
Mhm.
getting hurt or getting killed. Or so when somebody wants to do a stunt for me and we recruit somebody new, first thing I ask them is, "Are you scared?" And when they say no, I'm like, "Well, sorry, we can't use it." So
Mhm.
we want
Mhm.
we want our guys to be scared. Um, I've had a lot of injuries. They haven't been serious or anything like that, but I've broken my right ankle a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
somebody actually commented and said 15 more broken ankles, so they must know that you broke your
also, who
ankle.
said that?
Tyler Long. I'm not sure if you know
Tyler.
who that
Tyler
is.
doesn't have room to talk because he broke his neck in the movie.
Oh,
That's
oh, is that
Tyler,
Tyler? Oh, hi, Tyler.
and that
Um,
was all like play acting and whatnot. That
yeah,
was just a part of
yeah.
the script. That
It
really
seemed real.
it seemed real, didn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, we like Detroit. I broke my left wrist. I've had a lot of broken ankles, some concussions here and there, and stuff. We've had whiplash and whatnot. Mikey had his bell rung a couple times here and there, but we've never had anything life threatening because we are safe. We are safe. Would I go back to 2007 when I did my first jump and do that without all of the safety gear that I have today? No freaking way. I would never do that. I can't believe in my younger days I was as reckless as I was. But
Hmm.
yeah, we've had our asses handed to us quite a few times, but something like, so we're in the car, we're strapped, and we're hot, we're sweating, we're scared. We're waiting for that green flag to tell us to go. The crowd is just going insane. And you're like, this is it. I'm not doing this anymore. This is the
Hmm.
last
The last
one.
one.
I'm
Yeah.
never going to put myself into a situation like this again.
Mhm.
And I do the jump and I land and I get out of the car and I'm like, I want to do it again. I can't wait to do it again. It's got to be some sort of sickness, right?
Yeah,
For
I
that
bet
to happen.
your wife is just waiting for you to say that you want to retire.
I think her and my daughter, I think that they're battle hardened now. You're
Mhm.
sort of
Mhm.
like Adrian and Rocky,
Yeah.
oh, you're gonna go, Fight Club or Lane, go ahead. you know.
Mhm. Mhm.
So for my daughter, seeing the footage of her being emotional and stuff like that, that is hard as a father to see my little
Oh, for
girl cry
sure.
for
Even like me watching it, I was like, wow, like that must be how they like in the dream and they're in the ambulance, they must be feeling that every time you do a jump, like coming up onto it, they're worried and
yeah,
if your wife
all of
is on the
that
track
part's
too.
all real. That
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
part is all real. And when we have some people that stop at the shop and they become our friends, and then they sort of get recruited into the crew and whatnot, and they've been coming to our shows and stuff for a long time. It's like they were a fan. They watched the jumps and, oh yeah, that's awesome, that's awesome. But now that they know us and they're in the crew, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so worried. Well, you wasn't really worried out in the crowd a couple years ago.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
changed? Why are you so
Yeah.
worried now? And
Yeah, yeah.
it's very emotional. I've taken a lot of poundings in the car and stuff like that, and to see, that's when when people care about you.
Mhm.
When you see the footage and you see uh, the people sobbing and whatnot. So
Well, I think that, I mean, even watching the movie, it makes you human and real, like where people think you guys are kind of some sort of superheroes, it's not really real, even when they're watching it. It's just like, oh, yeah, they're going to make the jump. And they don't think of that you guys are actually real people. Like,
yeah,
yes, you
they
are
don't think of the
stunt
consequences.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
it's
what
almost
can
like
happen.
it's like when you watch like Fast and Furious or something, like you don't see all the stuff that doesn't have like, the crashes or things that go wrong. You see what was supposed to happen,
Yeah,
right?
that's
So,
somebody's dad or somebody's daughter or husband or wife or I mean,
hmm
those are people in those cars and they risk their lives for people's entertainment, for us to be able to go to
hmm
the movies and watch a kick-ass movie. And
yeah, for
I don't
sure.
I don't think the stunt world gets the appreciation that they deserve. Now I do live and entertainment, outside of the movie that was just filmed about us. But Corey did get a hold of me. He called me one evening and he was like, "Hey, I might be doing a couple of cop car stunts, and I was thinking, maybe you would want to do one with me for a movie." I was like, "Really? I'm just a nobody," But he was like, "Well, the producers, they've seen your work and they know that you have the experience, and if you'd like to do this, then let's do it." So
hmm
that's how I sort of get to be friends with Corey.
Yeah, no, I'm just looking through the comments. Sorry. So Tyler says once you land, the adrenaline hits you like a head rush. And then somebody was asking about an AGT TV show,
Yeah, yeah. So that one still
America's
hurts.
Got Talent. Or,
America's Got Talent,
okay.
extreme. Now,
Mhm.
somebody had thought one of their producers found our videos on YouTube, and they got a hold of me, and they were like, "Listen, we want you to do a jump for AGT."
Mhm.
So I was like, "Okay," and it was a lot of work to try to get to uh, that time where they pull the trigger and say, "Okay, you're doing it." Now,
Yeah.
I had to have the elite of the crew. My painter, the graphics guy,
Mhm.
my roll cage guy, mechanics, and I had to have my stunt crew. The elite. We had to have the minimal crew possible. So we
Yeah.
built a car that Hollywood sent us. We turned it from a 2007 Crown Vic to a '69 Dodge Charger. Auto
Okay.
Metal Direct, Mike Gray from Auto Metal Direct. I don't know if you know Mike or not, but they sponsor us and they love what we do. And in fact, we couldn't do what we do without Auto Metal Direct. We get the panels off of them. That's how we make the fake chargers. But for AGT, I just didn't want to go in there and just jump a, a Crown Vic or a car. It had to
Hmm.
be a kick-ass Mopar. So in 4 days, you can look this video up on YouTube. In 4 days, we built this car from a Crown Vic to a Charger. Then we went out to Atlanta Motor Speedway. I was
Hmm.
going to jump over 40 cars, hit the ramp at 75 miles an hour.
Oh wow.
Tyler set up all the cars. We went to wardrobe that night. We were going to start filming all of the stage stuff the next
Hmm.
day. Then all of a sudden, when we left wardrobe around 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, somebody, I think his name is Jonathan Goodwin, from a different act. He was an escape artist from Great Britain, and he's been on AGT before. His stunt went wrong. His rehearsal almost got himself killed. He's paralyzed from the waist down, and then the
Oh my
whole
goodness.
thing was canceled. So we got sent home.
Oh
That would have been our big
no.
break.
Oh wow. Wow. It's like you can't really be mad because somebody got hurt really
Yeah,
bad, but at the same
it was a
time, it's
huge
like,
letdown, but we were all worried about him. We
yeah,
don't want
yeah,
anything
yeah.
bad to happen to
Oh,
anyone.
that's terrible.
Yeah, it was
Um, you
terrible.
know, at the beginning of the movie, I actually thought when you guys were doing that like commercial, I actually thought that that was a TV show. Because obviously, like that I've talked to lots of people that do automotive shows on TV, and I was like, that looks like the intro for a TV show. So I thought that you guys were starting one, and it got canceled because of COVID. So that's kind of what I
We
was thinking.
we were sought out by a couple different uh, just like Discovery Channel and whatnot about you know a TV show and whatnot. We did a lot of filming. They even made a sizzle reel, and then that kid went out and killed those poor innocent people in that church. That Dylan, whatever guy his
Oh,
name is,
right.
and
Yeah.
then everything got scrapped. The whole Confederate flag controversy and stuff like that. But yeah, I think we would make a good TV show. I think
Oh, I
the drama
definitely.
is definitely there with our crew because sometimes it's not all, you know,
Hmm.
peachy
Hmm.
keen. Sometimes we bump heads. And if my crew would just listen to me, that wouldn't happen.
But that makes for good TV as well.
Yeah, so we have. In fact, I'll introduce you guys to him out here when I take you
Oh
out to
yeah,
show
I was
you.
just gonna say we should probably because you don't have much time left.
Yeah, so we have a real generally from Warner Brothers out here that we just rebuilt the transmission and
Oh
we
wow.
needed to tear the front of the engine apart for a new timing chain and gears. But this is number 28, one out of 17 cars left from Warner Brothers. In fact, it is Corey Eubank's favorite car that he used to drive
Oh really?
back on the set of the Dukes. So anyway,
Wow.
Bender is like our chief mechanic, and I forget what I was going to say, but anyway, we can go out there and I'll show you guys
Yeah,
the
let's
car
go.
and
Let's go
whatnot.
see
Okay,
it.
give me a second.
Okay. Okay, while he's bringing the camera out, I wanted to show you guys my Cooter's tow truck. I'm gonna show you, and then this one here is my played with General Lee from 81.
Okay,
Oh
so
my
this is
goodness, there it is.
generally
Wow.
28.
Get this out of the way here. Number 28. So how many cars in total were used, do you think? Like hundreds? That's what I heard.
315, 317 somewhere,
Oh wow. And
early
there's only
three.
17 that survived, and you've got one of them there?
Yeah. Yeah, the owner only trusts us to work on it. So
Oh
this is
wow.
its second visit, and so here's Bender over here. Bender just rebuilt the transmission. Say hi, Bender.
Hi.
Yeah, that's her. Oh. So yeah,
Oh
here it
wow.
is. So
That's amazing. That's
yeah,
awesome
it's
that we
definitely
get to
got a
see
lot of
that.
battle scars and whatnot.
Oh,
Um,
for
but like
sure.
in this situation, I never thought in a million years that this little boy who was watching this car, on TV would actually have a shop where it would be here getting work done on it. What an honor to be able
Oh,
to work on
definitely.
something
Definitely.
like this.
Yeah, that's a
One out
scream
of
run
17 left,
car.
and
Wow.
it's got a lot of battle scars.
Well, it just adds to the character of it. I mean, there's so much history there. That is just so cool. Ah, the license plate.
Yeah,
I've only got
remember
two
toward
signatures
the
on my
I think
license plate.
the last season they started using the green
Mm-hmm.
letters for the license plate and whatnot.
Yeah, I've got. Oh, let me grab mine here. It's falling down though. See if I can get it out. Nope. See if I can get it out here. Oh, without damaging it. There it is.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I got it signed
That
by
is awesome.
two. I need one more. I need Bo. He wasn't there.
So outside of a Mopar girl, you're a Duke girl too.
I am.
So that's
Yeah,
awesome.
I have a huge collection. I have even more than what's behind me here. Um, and yeah, no, it's amazing. Okay, so that door on the wall there, that's what I want to do in my garage when I get one.
Yeah, there's a couple. So these doors here, there's a story behind it. This
Okay.
was Jump Car 4, and I had nosedived and rolled over. I think that clip may be in the movie when I'm having the nightmare. How the car
Oh, okay.
nosedived and then rolled.
Yeah.
Those doors came off of that car. So in between us doing like the stunt shows and whatnot, I run a full service Mopar shop. So you can see this is another Charger here.
Oh, nice.
All right. And then because I seen these easy engine run stand on Graveyard Cars, I had to get one.
Oh, nice.
And then we got a nice 440 for this car here.
I was trying to get Mark on the show, but he's just way too busy with like taping and stuff. So I might get Will from his shop on. Oh wow, look at that. Need one of those.
Darren Kirkpatrick is a friend of mine. You can even get Darren. He loves
Oh,
Mopars.
okay.
He loves to talk about Mopars. You can get him
Sure.
on there. Uh,
Sure.
so even Dave Ray and stuff like that.
Wow. I can't believe we got to see one of the 17 cars. Oh, kind of in the flesh,
Kind of,
in the
yeah.
metal.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, no, that's so cool. You
Yeah.
still
So
geek
can
out,
you
obviously,
like
when you see stuff.
imagine? I mean, that car could have went anywhere for car repairs, but
Mm-hmm,
it,
mm-hmm.
it came here. He's from New York City, and the car came here.
It was
So
meant to be.
yeah. I mean, it's an honor to be able to work on television history. Oh yeah, and this
Definitely.
listen, look, I'm going to send you out a shirt, and I'm going to send you an autograph one of these.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
So,
that's so awesome.
so make sure I definitely get your address. I think did you send it to me yet?
No, I haven't. I
No.
haven't.
Okay.
So just so everyone watching knows, I asked for a piece of shrapnel from one of
Yeah.
his, jump
Yes. The
cars. So I'm
shrapnel.
so excited about that. Oh, I have one more question before you go. So you know how the jump was measured and it was 151 feet. How
Hmm.
can you guys estimate how high you went? Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh my God, like
Yeah.
that
The
is
ramp is
high.
5 feet tall,
Okay.
and I want to say we were about 26 feet high on
I
that
was
one. I
gonna
was
say,
really
whew,
high up there. So
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I
we
can't
can,
even
we can,
imagine what it
it's
feels
just
like
an
to be up the
estimate
highest.
from other, there's a couple buildings that I jumped next to, and you can tell by the pictures and go back and measure it and stuff like that.
Do you know
But yeah,
what
I was
speed you
really
hit?
high up in that one.
Do you know what speed you hit when you hit the ramp?
Yes, I hit that ramp at 65 miles an hour.
65. And
65.
you're planning on doing 75 on the next one?
Yeah, yeah, it was for that AGT one, yeah. But we got some different things we want to do for the Mopar Nats next year, so we want to jump the other way and change up a few things. But the
Okay.
explosions, okay,
Oh, that
was
adds to
done by
it.
Johnny. Johnny he's an ex firefighter, and
Okay.
he was like Johnny on the spot with those explosions, and the pictures of the General Lee with the big balls of fire, just it's unbelievable.
Oh, it was.
They got some really good pictures out of that. In fact, we made the cover of Mopar Action magazine, and it said Super Lee on it. So
Oh,
that was
nice.
pretty cool.
No, that's I mean, you guys made the paper, and I mean, I saw the video everywhere. It was all over social media, and that's kind of how I found you. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh my gosh, what is this? And how do I not know about you guys?" So,
Yeah,
I thought that was yeah, you guys definitely made history a few times. But that was a big one, and now you kind of have to show that up with your next jump now, right?
yeah, they keep getting bigger and bigger, and uh, the very first documentary, we call it a stunt-umentary, um, is it's Stunt Life: The Wild Ride, and you can see that on YouTube for free. And it
Okay.
actually shows the history of everything. And my best friend and co-founder of the Northeast Ohio Dukes was like, the jump seemed to be getting bigger and whatnot. And but as long as we're safe or something like that, we'll just keep going,
Right.
going and going. But I we're not going to stop anytime soon. As long as we're safe and as long as our bodies hold up, we're going to still entertain the crowd.
Well, everybody is waiting to see what you guys do next, and we love seeing everything that you've already done. And now we have to catch up on all of your videos that you already have of stuff we might have missed.
Yes, tell if you talk to Mark Warman again, just tell Mark, say, hey, he knows who I am. He
Okay.
knows exactly. They did a story on me after the Detroit jump because
Okay.
we got attacked for destroying the Charger, and he came to the rescue. And so he knows me, and he's wore the Northeast Ohio Duke shirts on Graveyard Cars a couple times. But
Oh,
I
nice.
want to jump a car for the season finale of Graveyard Cars one day. I think that would be.
Okay.
Now, it doesn't have
I
to be
will.
General Lee. We
Yeah.
could do like a General Lee tribute car where it's an orange Charger, but we got a big old Graveyard Cars decal on the roof and whatnot. I think it would be pretty cool.
Oh, well, that would be amazing. If I see him at the SEMA show in November, I will definitely take him aside and mention that.
Definitely, definitely
Or
tell.
actually, I can send a message to him. Actually, I will do that because I think he'd probably be all over that.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do
All
it.
right, cool. Well, I don't know if you have to go now. I wanted just to make sure that I'm not taking up too much of your time there.
Yep, yep. I'm ready to go. I have
Okay.
to finish up the General Lee out here. He's got a
Okay.
long trip back to New York, and
Oh
I
wow, that is a long
had
trip.
a mishap with a razor blade. See my Band-Aid? Don't
Oh,
tell with electrical tape.
well, you've got a General Lee war wound now. Well, you
Was
have
there any
lots
other
probably,
questions?
but
I see a lot of things popping up.
yeah, well, Colton wanted to say hi. He is one of my friend's sons. He just had surgery and he's watching, so he wanted to say hi.
I
Um,
told you.
and then Tyler is going to be at SEMA as well. So Tyler, I will see you. Make sure you come and find me, Tyler.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
be
Tyler's been
around.
there a couple times. He's supposed to take
Okay.
me with him, so maybe I'll
Oh,
see
you
you out
should
there too.
go. You should go. That would be awesome. I get to
That would
meet
be nice.
everybody there. Yeah, and then you know what? We can ambush Mark
Yes, we can corner
together.
him. That's
Yes.
right. Yes.
Yeah, and then maybe he'll go for it, and then we could get Dodge behind it, and maybe they could like give you a car that you could do something with.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That
That would
would
be
be really
awesome.
cool. Yeah. Okay, well, I'll see what I can do. I have Mark Trossel, who's an SRT designer. Oh, he's actually the he works for Ram now. Well, it's Stellantis, but Ram he's the director for, I believe. So he's going to be on my show in a couple weeks. So maybe I can mention something to him too.
Wow, you know a lot of people. You know a lot of people.
I
Awesome.
try. I try. I really am Mopar. I really am. I through and through. It runs through my veins. I just wish I could afford a vintage car to match my newer Super B that I have. So that's definitely what I
Maybe
would
one
get.
day. I'll tell you what, it was the Dukes of Hazard that led me to the General. And that's what led me to the Mopars. But you know, I love Mopars now, I think more than the show. You
Mm.
know, I fell in love with those cars, and it's hard for me to go to Carlisle or the Mopar Nats, or I get jealous easy when I see everybody
Oh,
with
for
their
sure,
Mopars.
for sure.
I got a 70 Charger. I have a 69. But I want them all.
Yeah, me too. I really want a Superbird. That's like my dream car with
It's awesome.
updated engine and like I don't know. There's so much you can do. I just can't go to Barrett Jackson and afford one right now, so we'll see.
Who can? Who
I know
can?
nobody. You have to build your own. Okay,
Right.
well, you know what? Thank you so much for being on the show. Thanks for telling us, a little bit about your life and behind the scenes and letting me sneak peek the movie before it
Oh,
premieres on Saturday.
no problem. And listen, the Stunt Life movie franchise, it's a trilogy. There's three movies. And the last one, which is getting ready to be premiered here, the one you've seen, is the
Yeah.
final installment. So there's
Okay.
Stunt Life 1, the Wild Ride, and then Stunt Life, the Bandit Project, which has a General Lee jump in it as well.
Right.
Those you can see them on YouTube. Just look up Stunt Life movie, and you should be able
Okay.
to watch them like that on there.
I feel like this shouldn't be the last one, though. I feel like you need to do another one, and then I can do a guest extra appearance. I'll just be in the back,
Just be in the back. You'll come up
driving
and
one of the
say,
cars.
we're gonna shut your electric off at the shop because you didn't pay it yet. Just
What's
like they
that?
did in the movie. You
Oh,
can come up, you can be the electric woman,
oh,
to
yeah,
put the
yeah, yeah,
electric
yeah.
off.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, no. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. This is amazing. I
Thank
knew
you
it was
for
going to be a
having
good
me. It
show
was
with
an
you.
honor.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, we'll have to have you on again. Thanks again.
You're welcome.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Okay.
All right, guys. Next week, our next episode is coming up. Um, what are we having next week? We've got Bruce Pascal coming up, and we also have a Mark from SRT. So we've got them coming up, and I've got another 20 minutes or so. Raymond, if you're still there, you can just end your live, and then I'll still be live because I think you're still on. I just wanted to show you guys a couple of the cars that I have. So this is my 1/18th Cooters tow truck. And then I've got a whole bunch of these 1/64ths. So these ones are all original from, well, these ones are from 81. And then this is one of my 1/18ths. And this is also from 81. So I think we will shut it down a little bit early since Raymond is still on there. He hasn't ended his live. Thanks so much, you guys, for watching. I appreciate everybody for all your comments. Thanks for supporting me. Oh, okay, so he has ended it now. Okay, perfect. I can show you guys a couple more cars. I showed you guys the license plate in case you didn't see it. So when I was at the SuperCon in Vegas, actually, I guess it was it this year? Yeah, it was this year. I met Catherine Bach and Tom Wopat. If you have not seen the video, it is in the video section of the channel. So I got to have them on stage live, and Tom actually sang the theme song to the Dukes of Hazzard, the Good Old Boys. He sang it for me live on stage, and I had Catherine up there as well. So that was a really awesome experience. I am doing that show again next year. So I'll be doing the two shows that I do live from the Diecast SuperCon 2024. I think it is February 28th is the first day of the show. Let's see what else we've got here. Sorry, that's my dog barking in the back there. Roadrunner. And this is a Johnny Lightning. What else can we show you guys? This one was actually given to me from Nuclear Minds, Lee Allen. And this is a custom that he did and signed. So he gave this to me at the SuperCon. So thank you for that. Okay, Boss Hogg's Cadillac. Now this card is in a little bit rough shape, but this is also from 81. So it's pretty cool to still have that carded. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all your comments. Thanks for all the support. I love you guys. I will see you next Thursday at 6 p.m. Thanks, guys.